U.S. Election 2024. Evidence dispute postpones Trump hush money trial. It is stated that material sought by the former president about the case's key witness was turned over too late, thereby postponing the start of Donald Trump's first criminal trial from March 25 as originally intended. Michael Cohen, who was a lawyer for Trump, is anticipated to testify during the trial. On Thursday, the Office of Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg announced that they had recently received over 31,000 pages of documents related to Cohen. The hush money prosecution revolves around Cohen, and these materials pertain to a separate federal case against him. In 2 weeks, Trump was supposed to face trial in Manhattan on charges of illegally altering financial documents to cover up hush money given to a porn star prior to the 2016 presidential election. To accommodate Trump, attorneys for Bragg have said they would be willing to postpone the trial's start date by 30 days. The ex-president is requesting a 90-day extension, referencing 73,000 additional pages of documents created by federal prosecutors since March 4. Todd Blanche, an attorney for Trump, too requested that the judge reject the charge, pointing to the transgressions in the disclosure of evidence. Regarding the requests, the judge has not yet made a ruling. With the possibility of a postponement, Trump has received some positive court news recently. He faced the possibility of 4 criminal trials prior to the November election. The Republican frontrunner has consistently denied any misconduct in each of the cases. Fresh proof. Bragg said that the defense did not question the evidence's adequacy and instead waited until January 18 to submit a subpoena for more materials, blaming Trump for the postponement of document production. Bragg stated in the brief that the USAO's production timing is purely due to the defendant's delay, regardless of the people's diligence. Federal prosecutors' materials were primarily extraneous to the subject matter of the hush money case, according to the prosecution. The facts pertain to a case that the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan filed against Cohen in 2018, and Cohen pled guilty to breaking campaign finance laws. The legal team representing Trump had asked for the evidence's return so they could utilize it in his defense during the trial. At the outset, in 2023, federal prosecutors gathered evidence. This most recent revelation is the product of additional records that Trump subpoenaed in January. The hush money payment was the basis for Cohen's guilty plea. Federal prosecutors had determined that it was an unlawful campaign contribution. In his lawsuit against Trump, Bragg centered on the former president's alleged misrepresentation of business dealings in 2017 when he reimbursed Cohen, claiming the money was for legal fees. According to Bragg's office, federal prosecutors previously declined to provide some evidence, and it was only on Wednesday that they released a further 31,000 pages, which include what seems to be pertinent material to the hush money case, in response to the subpoenas issued by Trump. Bragg claims more proof will surface in the next week. Delays in the trial. As Trump runs for re-election in November, the timeliness of his cases has been more apparent. There was a time when he would face 4 trials in the months coming up to the election, but now it seems like 3 of those cases may move into next year. Earlier this month, a federal trial regarding his efforts to void the 2020 election was set to begin. However, it was postponed to allow the U.S. Supreme Court to consider Trump's assertion of presidential immunity. His May trial on charges related to his handling of sensitive documents was postponed owing to additional delays and has not been rescheduled. However, the district attorney who filed a state case in Georgia involving the 2020 election is allegedly involved in a conflict of interest, which has delayed the trial date. Another request Trump has made to the New York court is to postpone the hush money trial until the U.S. Supreme Court rules on his claim of presidential immunity, which he believes will protect him from prosecution. Meanwhile, Bragg's office requested Monday as the due date for the judge to receive the response. No reaction was immediately available from a representative of New York State Judge Juan Merchan. The president and his legal team have consistently and firmly stated that this litigation is without merit and should be dismissed, according to Trump spokesperson Stephen Chung. Today, the Manhattan District Attorney consented to a postponement following the admission of significant discovery breaches. For the end of this and all other crooked Joe Biden-directed witch hunts, we will keep fighting. Thanks to Greg Farrell for his help.